On this episode of Carnage, we're going 10s with a Trolvo. Hashtag 10s before taxi. So here we are, Heathcote Park Raceway with the Trolvo, and we're going 10s today, I can pretty much guarantee it. Now, last episode we had this beast on the dyno at max performance and made 465 horsepower at the tread, so pretty happy with that. We cranked the boost up to 25 pounds, so it's running a little bit of boost into it, but you know, nowhere near at the maximum. But still, after our Portland experience, I'm pretty confident that will send this thing into the 10s. Now we have found on the dyno that we are starting to develop some spark issues. We need to upgrade the coils, so probably go to some R35 coils down the track. We have decreased the plug gap to 18 thou to compensate for that. But so it's running crisp and clear on the dyno at 18 thou, and it will be fine on the track, but you know, we want a proper plug gap at some stage. So we're gonna upgrade the coils next time, along with camshafts and all that sort of stuff. But today, we're gonna run it as it is, stock, unopened motor. We're gonna go 10s and see how far deep into the 10s we can go. I'm hoping we'll go 10s first pass off the foot brake, and then we can just develop the trans brake launches. And as long as that diff holds up, we might see some sub 1050s. That's my prediction for today, sub 1050. So, yeah, it's gonna be awesome. All right, let's get ready to run. So I'm just adjusting a few things, shift points, that sort of stuff. There's no point revving the nut out of this thing. You know, it makes its peak power at what, 6,300 we saw on the dyno, so probably shift about 66, thereabouts. Seemed to work well at Portland that way. We'll keep it that way, I think. Okay, so we're just getting ready for our very first pass here at Heathcote. We're gonna run this one off the foot brake. See how it goes. Just try and preserve the diff. Want to get a few runs today. But yeah, we'll see if we can run a 10 off the foot brake and then develop it through the day with just harder and harder trans brake launches. That's the plan.
As he said.
Hi, thank you. Yes! Yes!
I'm guessing that's good, right?
That's my first 10.
Nice.
Yes.
Want to
Woohoo!
get better from there, right?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, baby! Boom, 10, first run. Gotta love that. So, 1097 off the foot brake. So we've gone 10s off the foot brake. I'm pretty stoked about that. So I might do another pass off the foot brake, see if we can get a little bit better than that. And then we're gonna start using the trans brake. It's either gonna go really, really good or really, really bad. But anyway, 10s before taxi. Here we are, second run. So what we're going to do is just foot brake it again, but slightly higher RPM. give that a crack. And then, yeah, maybe we'll do some trans brake launches after that. But want to beat that 1097. We're definitely gonna have to put some new shocks and stuff in this because it is very floaty boaty. Here we go.
Yeah, on.
How are we?
Yeah, right. How'd you go?
Oh, a little bit slower actually. All right, third run, we're gonna go full send on this one, see what happens. Go again. Wow, we really need to do something with the shocks in this thing. Oh, that's getting a bit sketchy. Whew. Yeah. Wow. So they're having a little bit of a lunch break at the moment. We've done 3 passes with the car so far and it's been pretty awesome. Obviously, first run off the brake, like foot brake, 1097. Really stoked with that. Then the next pass, I went 1114. Which is a little bit disappointing, but I got a little bit excited having a car in the lane beside me, and when he took off, I kind of took off and I went, wow. Yeah, so I wasn't really watching my launch, and that's why that was a bit slower. But third run, we used the trans brake. We actually tried to launch it twice. The first time it went to 5,500 RPM off the trans brake and it just baked the tires. So I just backed it up, went again. The car was a little bit on the hot side, you know, intake temps are a little bit high as well, but still went 1098. So we run 2 10-second passes so far. When they finish their lunch break, we're gonna go out there and run another 10-second pass, or a couple of them. I want at least 5 of them today, I think. That'd be great. So here we go, run number 4. Gonna use the trans brake. I think I just broke an axle. Alright. Oh, this side, she not fine. Oh, it's a little bit of rocking back and forth action there as well. I'm glad there's some sort of axle retention. But yep, she's not supposed to be doing that. The bonus is, it doesn't clunk going around corners anymore. So the evidence is clear, we've broken an axle. It's still been a fairly successful day. I'm not too disappointed. We've already started talking to some guys in Sweden about Volvo upgrades, and they do have some axle upgrades over there. But we've put the call out locally to see if we can get an axle from somewhere around the Bendigo area. We'll see how successful that is, but if not, this could be where this video just ends. So, but we ran 10s twice. It's a 10-second Volvo. How good is that? All right, we'll see if someone can find us an axle. So we have put the call out and our prayers have been answered. We've found an axle for the Volvo, and here it is in this wonderland of parts. So this thing's had a snapped panhard rod, but it's sitting here, it's got a good axle. We're going to jack her up and, well, still borrow its axle for a little bit. They do want it replaced, but that's all right. We can do that. But yeah, we'll jack her out, steal the axle. We're going racing tomorrow. But anyway, let's get to work. Yep, splines look all straight. She's gonna be mint. Okay, so we've got our axle from the Secret Garden. This one looks intact. Hopefully we will remain so for the rest of the weekend. But anyway, well, let's get that one out and see what the damage is. Rotates really easily. That's missing something. Wow, that's a clean break. So I've been able to see Dom Lupino and the boys, and they fed me a heap of meat and a roll, but also got magnetic stick. And hopefully, beautiful. Look at that. It's twisted good. So as you can see, we've got our Carnage Racing Special Lightweight Edition axle here, but look how good that brake is. That is just like a clean snap. That is amazing. And look how much twist there is in it, in the splines. But this one's all looking nice and straight, so I figure let's bang it in, get it in before the light goes, which is very soon. Okay, caliper on, and then we're done. Done. And we're back. It is day 2 of racing. So we did test and tune yesterday. Today is day 1 of King of the Street, COTS as they call it. So this is where all the big bangers come out to play. We're going to be pretty much the slowest car here today, I think. But we've got the axle fixed. We're ready to race. We're going to join the staging lanes right now and see if we can better that 1090 from yesterday. So here we go. Fingers crossed. Let's keep those axles in it. That felt quite strong. Revved it out a bit harder in first than I usually do, just to see how that went. It didn't feel like it laid over at all, so it felt quite good. We'll see if it shows up on the time slip, but yeah, can't complain with that. Thank you. Woohoo! New PB! 1095, so slightly quicker. 124 mile an hour. Cool. Thanks, man.
No worries, man.
So we managed to crank out a couple runs this morning, not too bad. 1095 and 1097 at 124 mile an hour and then 125 mile an hour. So the difference is that I've started revving it out to 7,000 RPM on the shift, and it's actually responding really well to it. It loves the revs, which I thought, yeah, maybe it doesn't want to be revved that hard, but nope, she loves a rev. So we're going to keep sending it like that. We're going to let it cool down for a little bit, then we're going to go out and we're going to use the trans brake, try and get a really good launch out of it, and probably go bang. But anyway, we'll try and run a PB, but who knows what'll happen. So, tens. Okay, so we tried to launch it at 4,900 RPM that run. It didn't like it. It should have hooked actually. We've hooked it at that sort of RPM before. So I think the track temp is actually a little bit too high for our little radials and the power we're trying to put through them at this stage. So we might just shut it off there. I think we could stick it out and maybe get another run or two into the night, but I think we've done pretty well. We've gone 10s 4 times. It's pretty consistent. I think we could go a little bit faster, but not that much faster to warrant just beating on it for no reason. So let's take it home, do the cams, do the valve springs, head studs, all that good stuff. Do some upgrades, especially to the diff as well, and we'll bring it out, maybe go for 9s. You're going to see all that in a future episode of Carnage.